any simple weapon, explorer's pack, or javelin. Oh shit.
What?
Rage, unarmed defense. While you're not wearing any armor, your armor class equals 10 plus your dexterity modifier. Not your dexterity modifier plus your constitution modifier. You can use a shield and still gain the benefit. So if you're not wearing any armor, right?
Mm-hmm.
You're just nat 10 on your armor. Your defense is 10. But then you get to add your dexterity and your if you get a dexterity modifier and a constitution modifier, that also adds to your defense. Like I'm 14. Plus 2 because I've got a shield. So you can still, and you can count your shield, because that, using the shield doesn't count as your armor, apparently. So, which ain't too bad. Reckless attack. Starting at second level, you can throw aside all concerns for defense to attack with fierce disruption. When you make your first attack on your turn, you can decide to attack recklessly. Doing so gives you advantage on melee weapons and attack rolls using strength during this turn. But attack rolls against you have advantage until your next turn. Danger sense. At second level, you gain an uncanny sense of when things nearby aren't as they should be, giving you edge when you dodge away from danger. So you'll have you have advantage, so you get advantage on dexterity saving throws. That means you have advantage on like dodging stuff, like I just said, against effects that you can see, such as trap spells. To gain this benefit, you can't be blinded, be bended, or incapacitated. Then you got Primal Path at third level. This is what you'll start off with, because you'll be at fourth level.
Okay.
So that's where Riley's at. They put everybody at fourth level, level 4. So at third level, you choose a path that shapes the nature of your raid. Choose the path of the Berserker or the path of the Totem Warrior. Both detailed at the end of the class description. Your choice grant these features at third level and again at 6th, 10th, and the 14th. Now where's that at? Path of the Berserker. It's gotta be. Okay, right here. Final path. Path of the Berserker and what? Path of the Totem. Okay, so Path of the Berserker. If you choose to be the Berserker, then you choose the raid. For some barbarians, rage is the means to an end that in being violent. The path of Berserker is a path of uncrambled fury, slick with blood. As you enter the Berserker rage, you thrill in the chaos of battle, heedless to your own health or well-being. Frenzy. Starting when you choose this path, at third level, you can go into a frenzy when you rage.
Okay.
If you do so, for the duration of your rage, you can make a single melee weapon attack as a bonus action on each of your turns after this one. So you can swing, and for a bonus action, you can swing again.
I like that.
Every time, every round. When your rage ends, you suffer 1 level of exhaustion. I don't know what that is. It says the appendix, described in Appendix A. Brother could describe that a little bit more, you know? So mindless, this is just if you choose the path of the Berserker, we'll read the next path later, alright? After this one, mindless rage. Beginning at 6th level, you can't be charmed or frightened while raging. If you are charmed or frightened when you enter your rage, the effect is suspended for the duration of the rage. So if somebody frightens you or they charm you, you just go into rage and those effects no longer. I can't. I just have immunity.
Which class is that you're reading right now?
This is the Barbarian.
I like that.
This is the Barbarian. I'll read the Fighter next. We leave Paladin out since Riley's the Paladin. So.
That wouldn't really fit my character anyway, I feel like.
Yeah, mindless rage. Beginning at 6th level. Okay, you already know that. Intimidating presence. Beginning at 10th level, you can use your action to frighten someone with your menacing presence. Just your presence. When you do so, choose 1 creature that you can see within 30 feet of you. If the creature can see or hear you, it must succeed a wisdom saving throw. DC equals to 8 plus your proficiency bonus plus your charisma modifier. Or be frightened of you until the end of your next turn. On subsequent turns, you can use your action to extend the duration of this effect on the fright creature until the end of your next turn. The effect ends if the creature ends its turn out of line of sight or more than 60 feet away from you. If the creature succeeds on a saving throw, you can't use this feature on that creature again for 24 hours. And then retaliation. And the higher levels, it's going to take us a little bit to get, but this is your potential strong. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Retaliation. Starting at 14th level, when you take damage from a creature that is within 5 feet of you, you can use your reaction to make a melee weapon attack against that creature. So if they're up against you and they hit you, you can just automatically hit them back.
I like that.
As a retaliation. Alright. That is the path of the Berserker. If you take that path. Now, if you take the path of Totem Warrior, do you want to head to Discord?
Yeah.
Alright, let's go.
Alright.
Send that party right out. I'll join. Hello?
Hold up. That's so much better.
Alright, so path of the totem. Choose this path. Alright, here, let me get out of people, because then I could write it down, and we could already have some of this determined. You know what I'm saying?
I want to be like the most ferocious little.
You know, I decide right now.
Yeah, but like.
We're good. Like I said, we're gonna read the Berserker, then we're gonna read the Fighter, and you can see which one you would like the most. You know what I'm saying? And then, like I said, I'll just write it down on a piece of paper, so when bro, we'll have most of it already down. He has to be here for your. He has to see your dice rolls.
Yeah.
Since he's DM, we can't just be like, yeah, roll, and he not see anything, and he's like, it was this, it was this, it was this. I mean, I could take a video. Well, he has a program that he'll use, and you can see everything. I just gotta find me a pen. Just give me 1 second. And I'm gonna partake.
You don't need to partake in nothing, man.
I do. You know, I'm starting to stress up that motherfucking tool. Like, I forget, but I don't know, like, out of everything, it's hard to forget. And that's the fucking problem. Therein lies the issue. So I don't want that nigga around that much. I mean, he's always been an asshole. He's never been really willing to help unless you help him. When you need help, well, I need help too. And he's kind of being nice because he has to be. Because he has to be. Not because he wants to be. Because he has to be. He's being an asshole, y'all. I just recently got a friend. Where do... Dude, I had pins. All around here. Where are they? I ain't got none.
I get the vote today.
Do you?
I want to come up with a funny name for it.
I don't know.
What do you mean?
Funny boat names.
Oh.
And without.
Hmm?
Alright. It's the path of the totem warrior. Alright. So we got your race, right?
Yeah.
Guaranteed. Right?
Yeah.
Alright. Kobold. C-O.
No, it's K-O. K-O.
Oh, yeah, K. Well, okay. I wrote K. I wrote K-O-B-O-L-D.
Yep.
I looked it up. I looked him up, bro. I looked him up before. I'm going here. This is exactly what it is. Alright. Race and then class. We don't know what class yet. Got a name?
Mm-mm.
Alright. Think of a name. I'm just gonna be Nubrub. My name is only Nubrub because I'm gonna be streaming it. The Nubrub or Nubs? No, I'm drastic actually. That's gonna be. I did that because he has his kid. Rowdy will be playing.
Oh, what is a kid?
Let me give me. Teenager. So we get mainly just nothing sexual. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
That's it. Yeah. Be gory as you want to be.
I don't even want to be gory. I just want to be, like, vicious, man. Like, vicious and funny.
Nah, you get what I'm saying, though. Pretty much everything other than is that. Now, if he weren't there, that could definitely be a thing, because you can definitely sleep with people if you want to. You can charm, yeah. Pretty much do whatever you want in D&D. As long as the D&D the Dungeon Master allows it. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
There is no rules in D&D. The rules is whatever the Dungeon Master says there. You know what I'm saying? The books are just a general idea. Get you started. You get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So, but yeah, since he's there, we can't really kind of. You can be like, if that opportunity comes, you can be like, I want to charm and take him to the room. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
That's to say, it's like, I don't know how it's done, but I don't think it's necessary that we charm anybody like that. You know what I'm saying? None of us are succubus in the game. So, I mean, there's a thing though in it. So Path of the Totem Warrior. The Path of the Totem Warrior is a spiritual journey as the barbarian, a spirit animal, as a guide, protector, and inspiration. In battle, your totem spirit fills you with supernatural might, aiding magical fuel to your barbarian rage. Most barbarian tribes consider a totem animal to be kin to a particular clan. In such case, it is unusual for an individual to have more than one totem animal spirit, though exceptions exist. So you potentially have two. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So, Spirit Seeker. Yours is a path that seeks attunement with the natural world, giving you a kinship with beasts. At third level, when you adopt this path, you gain the ability to cast a beast sense and speak with animal spells, but only as ritual as described in Chapter 10. If we want to go there and read that real quick, we can. Continue, and we can look that up later.
I don't want to be big on the magical stuff anyway.
This mainly gives you a beast, the spirit beast. Okay, totem spirit. So you're more like any other thing anyway. So at third level, when you adopt this, if you hearing this and you like the other one better, and we don't have to read this one out that much.
Yeah,
just say,
I like
hey,
the other one.
let's go to the fighter. If we treat, let me read a little bit more for you. Totem spirit. At third level, when you adopt this path, you choose a totem spirit and gain its feature. You must make or acquire a physical totem object, an animal, an amulet, or similar adornment. This incorporation fur or feathers, claw, teeth, or bones of the totem animal. As your option, you could also gain minor physical attributes that are reminiscent of your totem spirit. For example, if you have a bear totem, you might be unusually hairy and thick-skinned. Or if your totem is an eagle, your eyes turn bright yellow. Your totem animal might be an animal related to those listed here, but more appropriate to your homeland. For example, you could choose a hawk or a vulture in place of an eagle. So bear, eagle, wolf. Bear, while raging, you have resistance to all damage except physical damage. The spirit of the bear makes you tough enough to stand up to any punishment. Eagle, while you're raging, you aren't wearing any heavy armor. Other creatures you have disadvantage on opportunity attack rolls against you. They have a disadvantage on attack rolls against you, and you can use the dash action as a bonus action on your turn. The spirit of the eagle makes you into a predator who can weave through the fray with ease.
Okay.
And then wolf, while you're raging, your friends have advantage on melee attacks rolls against any creature within 5 feet of you that is hostile to you. The spirit of wolf makes you a leader of hunters. That means if somebody, because I got bow and arrow, but if somebody is 5 feet, we have an advantage so we get up to them, we get an advantage roll because they're 5 feet. If we're right there, so if we're able to make a melee attack on him, if that creature is within 5 feet of you, we get an advantage on that creature. Naturally, just because he's near you. Okay, and then you get aspect of the beast. At 6th level, you gain a magical benefit based on the totem animal of your choice. You can choose the same animal you selected at 3rd level or a different one. So you could be like bear and fucking eagle. Spirit Walker at 10th level, you can cast the Commune with Nature spell, but only as a ritual. When you do so, a spirit version of one of the animals you choose for totem spirit or aspect of the beast appears to you to convey the information you seek. That means you could ask any questions. And then the totem attunement. At level 14, you gain a magical benefit based on the totem animal of your choice. You can choose the same animal you selected previous or a different one. That means you can be bear, eagle, and wolf.
Wow.
So raging, at that point at level 14, if you rage, any creature within 5 feet of you that's hostile to you has disadvantage on attack rolls against you, right? They've already got a disadvantage. And you're immune to this effect if an enemy is immune to this effect if it can't see or hear you. Or if it can't be frightened. So if you can't frighten it, then each of them have different. Okay, so aspect of the beast, you gain the might of a bear. So when at 6th level, you can choose bear, eagle, wolf. Bear would give you gain the might of a bear. Your carrying capacity, including maximum load and maximum lift, is doubled. you have advantage on strength checks made to push, pull, lift, or break objects. Eagle, you gain the eyesight of an eagle. You can see up to 1 mile away with no difficulty. You can see a mile away with no difficulty, bro. Fuck out of here. Able to discern even the fine details as though looking at something no more than 100 feet away from you. Additionally, dim light doesn't impose disadvantage on your wisdom perception checks. Wolf, you gain the hunting sensibility of a wolf. You can track other creatures while traveling at a fast pace. And you can move stealthily while traveling at a normal pace, bro. So your normal walking speed, you can travel, your walk speed is stealth speed. You can walk naturally, like a natural speed up to somebody, and that's stealth. And they're not going to hear you, pretty much. Okay, so on the 14th level, the bear, while you're raging, any creature within 5 feet of you that is hostile to you has a disadvantage attack rolls against targets other than you or another character with this feature. An enemy is immune to this effect if it can't be So the eagle, while raging, you have a flying speed equal to your current walking speed. This benefit works only in short bursts. You fall if you end your turn in the air and nothing else is holding you afloat. Wolf. While you're raging, you can use a bonus action on your turn to knock a large or small creature prone when you hit it with a melee weapon attack. Okay. That was the path of, that was those 2 paths that you choose at level 3.
Okay.
Alright, so we'll go back. So ability score improvement, when you reach level 4th level, again at 8th, 12th, 16th, and 9th level, you can increase one ability score of your choice by 2, or you can 2 ability scores of your choice by 1. And as normal, you can't increase an ability score above 20 using this feature. At your attack, beginning at 5th level, you can attack twice instead of once whenever you take an attack action on your turn. So
I like that.
it's pretty much like a bonus. Fast movement. Starting at 5th level, your speed increases by 10 feet while you aren't wearing any heavy armor.
That's pretty nice.
Instinct. By 7th level, your instincts are so honed that you have advantage on initiative rolls. Additionally, if you are surprised at the beginning of combat and aren't incapacitated,
Incapacitated.
Do you know what that word?
Yeah, incapacitated.
You can act normally on your first turn, but only if you enter your rage before doing anything else on that turn. Brutal critical. Beginning at 9th level, you can roll 1 additional weapon damage die when determining the extra damage for a critical hit with a melee attack. This increases to 2 additional dice at 13th level and 3 additional dice at 17th. I think that means when you do crits, you just roll an extra attack die. I'll get details on it. Relentless Rage. Starting at 11th level, your rage can keep you fighting despite previous wounds. If you drop to 0 points while you're raging and don't die outright, you can make a DC 10 Constitution saving throw. If succeeded, you drop to 1 HP point instead. Each time you use this feature at the first, the DC increases by 5. When you finish a short or long rest, the DC resets to 10. Persistent Rage. Beginning at level 15, your rage is so fierce that it ends early only if you fall unconscious or if you choose to end it.
What's that mean, though?
You know how other ones, like, they get you, like, incapacitated?
Yeah.
That no longer affects you at level 15. Your rage is not good. Your incapacitation does not stop your rage. Oh no, because that's an unconscious. As long as you're conscious, right? As long as you do not, like, fall unconscious.
Mm-hmm.
They put you in a sleep, you get passed out, you know what I'm saying? They can make you dizzy, but that doesn't stop your rage. They can make you disoriented, that does not stop your rage. They can charm you, but that does not stop your rage.
That's pretty nice.
I don't know what ends rage, you know what I'm saying, but brother would know what more. But that, I'm guessing that's what that means. Indomitable might. INDOMITABLE. I think that's
Yeah,
indomitable.
yeah, indomitable.
Might. Beginning at 18th level, if your total for a strength chest. At the beginning of the 18th level, if your total for a strength chest check is less than your strength score, you can use that score in place of the total. That's saying at 18th level, right?
Mm-hmm.
Let's say you roll a good on your strength. And you got a good like 13 or 14.
Mm-hmm.
You know, if you get any proficiencies. And they go, hey, you need to roll a. He goes, you need to roll a saving throw. Right? No, wait. No, your strength check. I don't know. It's like, how strong are you? I don't know. But your strength check is just, if you roll a 1, right? It can never be 1. Can never be, it'll be, you can choose right now. I'm using my strength. You know what I'm saying? I'm just going to use my strength score. You can roll, get better, and then like, yep, we're going with that. Or you can roll, hell no, I'm using what I got for my strength. You know what I'm saying? We're not taking that low number.
Mm-hmm.
It'll take a little bit to get there, but that's pretty much what that's saying. Primal Champion. 20th level, you embody the power of the wilds. Your strength and constitution score increases by 4. Your maximum for those scores is now 24. It's no longer 20 is the max you could actually. Primal Path. Rage burns in every barbarian's heart. A furnace that drives him or her towards greatness different. Barbarians, but that's it. That's that for that one. Alright, let's go for the fighter. Where's the fighter at? And you get like, so first level, unarmed, rage, unarmored defense, rage, reckless attack, danger sense, primal path, ability, extra attack, fast movement, future fairy instinct. And it tells you every, when you level up.
Are all my abilities gonna be like on the screen so I remember?
Yeah, you have like a little book and stuff like that.
Okay.
You'll have the your you'll have your you should have your character sheet.
Okay. So, like, everything I pick will be viewable?
Yeah. You just gotta be in the Discord
Yeah.
and be able to see, because I can share my screen through Discord. You know what I'm saying? I think. I'm not sure how that works. You need to get a splitter, bro.
Yeah, I know.
You should get a you only need a two-way splitter. You don't need you don't need like a four-way or anything. You know what I'm saying? You just need to give yourself one extra HDMI so you can have your system and then you can just keep your laptop.
If I knew this TV only had one port, man, I probably wouldn't have bought it.
Do what?
If I knew this TV only had one
I
port,
understand. Just get it. Yeah. Just I think they're relatively cheap for one. I got four. That's why mine cost a little bit more, but I'm pretty sure a splitter for a two-way. You know, one so you can keep your the laptop, or you can just have the laptop plugged in. You know what I'm saying? Right there by the side, and all you have to do is get your monitor. Get you in the get you in the Discord real quick, and you can have it on your screen, your TV. And I'm pretty sure you could at least use a mouse, right? At that point.
Yeah, I can use the mouse.
You don't have to. You won't have to move your. You won't have to move. I won't make you do too much moving. You know what I'm saying? Like I'll move your character, I'll do your roles, but you can at least keep it where if you need to go back and forth from your character sheet. You know what I'm saying? That would be pretty simple, right?
Or just screenshot it and send me it in Discord, then I can do that anyway now.
Yeah.
Without you having to click back and forth.
We can do it that way. If that'd make it easier for you, that's where that works too.
Cause I'll already be on my phone or her iPad.
I would say go for the iPad so you can see.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You use your phone, it's gonna be really, really small and you can see that board.
Look at the dragon, man.
Alright, so. You're live?
Yeah, I've been live.
I will. I'm looking for this fighter. Alright, the fighter. Alright, somebody create a fighter. As you build your fighter, think about two related elements of your character's background. Where did you get your combat training? And what set you apart? This is background. Quick build, you can make a fighter quickly by following these suggestions. First, make strength or dexterity your highest ability score. Depending on whether you want to focus on melee weapon or archery or fight finesse weapons, your next highest score should be Constitution Intelligence if you plan to adopt the Eldritch Knight Martial Archetype. Second, choose the Soldier background. Class feature, we already got 1d10 per fighter level. D10 plus your one hit point at first level. Hit point is D10 plus your Constitution modifier. Hit points at the highest level 1d10 or 6 plus your Constitution modifier per vital at first. All armor, shields. You're proficient in all armor and shields. Weapons, simple weapons, and martial weapons. Tools, none. Saving throws is strength and Constitution. Skills, choose 2 skills from
acrobatics, animal handling, athletics, history, insight, intimidation, perception, and survival. Equipment. You start with the following equipment in addition to the equipment granted by your background. A chainmail or leather longbow and 20 arrows, a martial weapon and a shield or 2 martial weapons, a light crossbow and 20 bolts or 2 hand axes, a dungeoneer's pack or an explorer's pack. Fighting style. You adopt a particular fighting style of fighting as you specially choose one of the following options. You can't take a fighting style option more than once, even if you later get to choose again. So you can only have one of the fighting styles. And if you get the chance to choose again, you can't have the same one, I guess. You can't have the same one twice. So archery, you gain a +2 bonus attack rolls you make with ranged attacks. You do defense while you're wearing armor, you gain 1 bonus to AC. I don't know what the fuck that is.
I don't think I want to be an
wield
archer
a melee
anyway.
weapon or one-handed. Do what?
I don't think I want to be an archer anyway.
Yeah. When you're wielding dueling, so when you're wielding a melee weapon in one hand and no other weapon, you gain a +2 bonus to damage rolls with that weapon.
I like that.
Great weapon fighting. So these are the different fighting styles that you get to choose from. When you roll a 1 or a 2 on a damage die for an attack you make with a melee weapon that you are wielding with 2 hands, you can re-roll the die and must use the new roll. Even if the new roll is a 1 or a 2, the weapon must have the 2-handed or versatile property for you to gain this benefit. That is dope. So the great weapon fighting. So when you roll a 1 or 2 on damage on your die, right, for your attack that you make with a melee weapon that you're wielding with 2 hands, if you use a 2-handed weapon, right? It's either must have 2-handed or versatile property for you to gain the benefit, but you have to be wielding with 2 hands. You can re-roll the die automatically. Right now, I'm not taking that 1 or 2 on one eye. Just automatically.
Yeah, that's
So
pretty nice.
And now, if the second time is a 1 or 2, you'll have to take it, but that's not bad. Protection. When a creature you can't see attacks a target other than you that is within 5 feet of you, you could use your reaction to impose disadvantage on the attack roll. You must be wielding a shield. I mean, you can like block real quick, knock them off, give them a disadvantage. 2-weapon fighting. When you engage in 2-weapon fighting, you can add your ability modifier to the damage of the second attack. Alright, those are the ones that you can choose from. We're headed on. So second wind. So second wind, I didn't really listen to you with second wind. Oh, this is your purchase level 1. This is what you got. You have a limited well of stamina to draw on to protect yourself from harm. On your turn, you can use a bonus action to regain hit points equal to 1d10 plus your fighter level. Once you use this feature, you must finish a short or long rest before you can use it again. So you can literally just use, if you're low on health, you're like, I want to take a short rest. You can use this, on your turn, as a bonus action, it doesn't even count. You're like, I want to take a short one real quick. And you roll a d10, right? Let's say you roll a 10 on that. And you're level 4 already, so you'll get 14 health back.
Pretty nice.
Then you can take like a short rest. You can take a short rest and get, you know, that you can use that skill again. Action Surge. Starting at 2nd level, you can push yourself beyond your normal limits for a moment. On your turn, you can take one additional action on top of your regular action and a possible bonus action. Once you use this feature, you must finish a short or long rest before you can use it again. Starting at 17th level, you can use it twice before a rest, but only once on the same turn. Okay. Martial Archetype. At 3rd level, you choose an archetype that you strive to emulate. E-M-U-L-A-T-E. In your combat styles and techniques, choose Champion, Battlemaster, or Eldritch Knight. All detailed at the end of the class description. Archetype you choose grants you features at 3rd level. Okay, so we're gonna go look at this. Martial Archetype, because you'll have to choose. Martial Archetype is at the end of this. Where's Martial Archetypes at? Okay, champion. Alright, so that's almost here anyway. We'll go through the other ones. Go back to that. Ability score improvement. When you reach 4th level, again at 6th level, 8, 12, 14, 16, and 19 level, you can increase one ability score. You already have the same with everything. As your attack at the beginning of 5th level, you can attack twice instead of once whenever you attack, like whenever you take the attack action on your turn. Number of attacks increases to 3 when you reach 11. And the class and 4 when you reach level 20. Indomitable. Beginning at level 9, you can reroll saving throws that you fail. If you do so, you must use the new roll, and you can't use this feature again until you finish a long rest. You can use this feature twice between long rests, starting at level 13 to 3 times between long rests, starting at level 17. So if you get a saving throw and it's like a 1 and you fail your saving throw,
Yeah.
you could use this feature at level 9, beginning at level 9, and reroll. So the martial archetypes that you have to choose from the 3. Right, we'll read them out. Champion. This archetype champion focuses on the development of raw physical power honed to deadly perfection. Those who molded themselves in this archetype combine rigorous training with physical excellence to deal devastating blows. So improved critical. Beginning when you choose this archetype at 3rd level, your weapon attack score a critical hit on a roll of 19 or 20. So it's no longer just a 20 to get a crit. You can get one below 19. So as long as you get 19, it's a remarkable athlete. Starting at 7th level, you can add half of your proficiency bonus, rounded up to any strength, dexterity, or constitution check you make that doesn't already use your proficiency bonus. In addition, when you make a running long jump, the distance you can cover increases by a number of feet equal to your strength modifier.
Okay.
Additional fighting style. At 10th level, you can choose a second option from the fighting style class. That means from the first, the archery defense dueling. At level 10, you get to choose another. Superior critical. Starting 15th level, your weapon attack score crit hit on 18 or 20. 18 through 20. So it moves down. So you crit on 18. Survivor. At 18th level, you attain the pinnacle of resilience in battle. And at the start of each of your turn, you gain hit points equal to 5 plus your Constitution modifier if you have no more than half of your hit points left. You don't gain this benefit if you have 0 hit points. So as long as you have more than half, if you have no more than half at the start of each of your turn, you regain points equal to 5 plus your Constitution modifier. So as long as you're under half life, when you're 18th level, at the start of each of your turns, you just naturally 5 plus your Constitution modifier. Once you get to half health, that doesn't happen. But as soon as you drop, every level that you're below half health, that's not bad. That's the 18th level. That's a bit away. But it's still good. Battle Master. Those who annihilate. This is the second one. The second class. Those who annihilate the archetype Battle Master employ martial techniques passed down through generations. So Battle Master combat is an academic field, sometimes including subjects beyond battle, such as weaponsmithing and calligraphy. Not every fighter absorbs the lessons of history, theory, and artistry that are reflected in the Battle Master archetype, but those who do are well-rounded fighters of great skill and knowledge, combat superiority. When you choose this archetype, at 3rd level, you learn maneuvers that are fueled by special dice called superior dice. Maneuvers. You learn 3 maneuvers of your choice, which are detailed under maneuvers below. Many maneuvers enhance your attack in some way. You can use only 1 maneuver per attack. You learn 2 additional maneuvers of your choice at 7th level, 10th level, and 15th. So each time, like when you reach 7th level, you get it.
Yeah.
You're gonna learn 2. Alright. Each time you learn new maneuvers, you can also replace 1 maneuver you know with a different one. So if you don't no longer like a maneuver, you can be like, hey, I also want to change one of my previous maneuvers. So each time you learn new maneuvers, you can learn those 2. Plus, you can change a previous one that you already got to a possibly different one that you haven't. Superiority dice. You have 4 superiority dice, which are a superiority dice is expended when you use it. You regain all of your expended superior dice when you finish a short or long rest. You gain another superior dice at 7th level and 1 more at 15th level. Saving throws. Some of your maneuvers require your targets to make a saving throw to resist the maneuver's effect. The saving throw DC is calculated as follows. Maneuver saves DC equals 8 plus your proficiency bonus plus your strength and dexterity modifier of your choice, which we either were strength or dexterity. Okay, Students of War. At 3rd level, you gain proficiency with 1 type of artisan's tool of your choice. Know your enemy. Starting at 7th level, if you spend at least 1 minute observing or interacting with another creature outside combat, you can learn certain information about its capabilities compared to your own. The DM tells you if the creature is your equal, superior, or inferior in regarding to 2 of the following characteristics of your choice. You can see if they're superior in your strength, dexterity, constitution score, armor class, their current hit points, total class level, if any, and fighter class level, if any. So starting at level 7, all you gotta do is spend 1 minute observing, just looking, watching. I know, it's like, I want to watch this guy for a minute. Or this creature for a minute. And then you can tell, then the DM, my brother, will tell you if his In here.
I'm dealing with the dog. Give me a minute.